So this is a question that was posed to me by a student with regards to constructing a confidence interval to estimate an unknown population proportion. Assume that a sample is used to estimate a population proportion P. Find the 95% confidence interval for a sample of size 97 with 12% successes. Enter your answer as an open interval, for instance, parentheses, using decimals, not percents, accurate to 3 decimal places. So in this spreadsheet that's provided for you in Canvas that's called Point Estimate for a Confidence Interval for a Proportion, you are asked to identify several things. First, how many yeses were there in your sample? Well, they didn't tell us exactly how many there were, but we know it was 12% of 97. So right here, I could just type in for my yeses equals 0.12 times 97. Now, unfortunately, it produces a decimal, and the number of yeses has to be a whole number. So if I round that to the nearest whole number, that would be equal to 12. I must change that to 12. The sample size in this problem, we were told, was 97, and our confidence level is 95% or 0.95. Now, in this instance, it's giving us the P, it's giving us the 1 minus P, which is called Q, and lots of other things, but we're interested in obtaining a confidence interval. And so we need to get a point estimate, which is going to be our sample proportion, and a margin of error. Well, our sample proportion was actually 0.12. When we rounded to 12 out of 97, it comes out, you see, to be 0.123711134. That's okay. This question is saying we need you to round that to the third digit after the decimal point. Well, I'm going to use the exact value of P hat that was given to me, which is 0.12. My margin of error, though, I need to round to the nearest thousandth, 3 digits after the decimal point. Now I can do that by hand, and I can see that that would be 0.066, or there's this handy little round command that I can use, equals round, and open paren. Notice it asks you, what number do you want me to round? Well, I'm going to click on that cell, comma, how many digits do you want me to round it to? In this case, 3, and close my parentheses. And it gives me my margin of error of 0.066. Now the lower end of this interval is 0.054. The upper end of this interval is 0.186. So we would report using the open paren like they suggested, 0.054 to 0.186. Now if by chance my open math doesn't like that because of some rounding, then we could have gone over here to where we just used the 0.12, which was given to us in the problem, and we could just tell it to round the 12 out of 97 to 3 digits after the decimal point. So I could do equals, round the number in this cell to 3 digits after the decimal point. And it comes out to be 0.124. And so what we see is it produces the interval of 0.058 to 0.019. Now because there's no way that in this sample we could have gotten exactly 12%, because 12% of 97 was 11.64. There's no way we could have gotten exactly 12%. So in fact, the reality is that we must have really gotten the 0.123711134. So my open math is more likely going to like the second answer when we rounded the 0.1237 to 3 digits after the decimal point, as opposed to the first, where we used the actual proportion that they gave us. Let me know if you have any questions.